I used the Apple Watch Ultra 2 for a full year, right up until November 2024. That thing was on my wrist for 365 days, apart from when it was on its charger. Then I switched over to the Garmin Fenix 8, and that's been solid. But now, with the Apple Watch Ultra 3 about to drop, I think it's time I headed back to Apple. And here's why. Hey everyone, Tim here. Now, my journey with smartwatches has been interesting. I wore that Apple Watch Ultra 2 for a full year and I loved it. I properly loved it. And there's many videos you can watch where I'm telling you about it. But in November 2024, I decided to make the switch back to Garmin. I'd previously had and loved Garmin's. I had a Fenix 5, I moved to the Fenix 7X Solar. Both of those things were really good, solid watches. Then my little dabble back into the Apple, and then I moved back, choosing that Fenix 8. I went for the 47mm with the titanium bezel and the AMOLED display. That 47mm just suits my skinny little wrists better. And I genuinely thought that this was going to be my long-term watch right the way through. It's rugged, wicked battery life, and that AMOLED display is really, really good. But here's the thing. For everything else in my personal and business work life, I am fully in the Apple ecosystem. Between my M2 Mac Mini, my M4 MacBook Pro, my iPhone 16 Pro, Apple TV, iPad, everything else around me in normal use is Apple. It's everywhere. And that's where I'm starting to feel the friction. My Garmin is just not playing nice with the rest of it. One of the reasons why the Ultra 2 worked really well for me last year was how seamlessly it tied into everything else that I owned. From simply unlocking my MacBook when I opened the lid up, handling calls, messages, and all that kind of good stuff, right the way through to being able to control my TV with it through the Apple TV option. It all just clicked together. Now with my Garmin, I do get an amazing standalone sports activity tracking watch. It is very good at doing that, but it just feels like an island. There's no tight integrations, no continuity with the rest of my devices. And I had this moment last week where my granddaughter called me and I couldn't answer it because for whatever reason, the screen just wasn't responding and I missed her call, which may seem like a small detail, but to me that was important. And it just made me think that had I still been using my Ultra 2, I could have grabbed that call right from my wrist and spoken to the little one and find out what she wanted. And that's when it hit me. I kind of miss that integration. Now, if you've ever tried juggling these devices that don't play nice together, let me know in the comments. Does it drive you as crazy as it drives me? I've spoken about this in a previous video where Zoe and I were in London, just testing this one and her Series 10 in our normal use case, just to seeing which one was better for that. Not a direct head-for-head comparison, could have been seen like that, but it wasn't. It was literally just checking out both watches in the scenarios and situations that we would use them and seeing which one was the best to use. Goes without saying, Apple wipes the floor with this thing. Now, to give Garmin credit, the Fenix 8 is a beast when it comes to fitness. The tracking, the navigation, recovery insights, it really is next level. But here's the reality. My everyday doesn't consist of that. Most of my days are spent in here in the back cave, running a business, in the gym next door, coaching clients, and then me, myself, I have walks, runs, mountain bike rides, weightlifting sessions, that kind of stuff. But it also goes with the regular notifications and things that come through in my normal everyday. And I feel that that is where Apple's life first approach, it just works better. Everyday life stuff first, the fitness stuff second. My Ultra 2 already gave me everything I needed for the fitness tracking side of things. When you couple it with two apps, we had Athletic and we had Work Outdoors, and that Work Outdoors app, you could customize it to suit your individual needs for any kind of workout that you were doing. It really was very good. Those two apps worked really well together and they fully synced through into the Apple Health app as well. So all your data was in there in one place. Whereas at the moment, a lot of information from Garmin, it doesn't transfer across. I understand why it doesn't, but it would be nice if it did. And the Ultra 3 looks set to improve on everything that the Ultra 2 was offering. Add in everything else it can do outside of the gym, and that's where it's tipping the balance for me. So which way do you learn? Let me know below. Are you fitness first and therefore Garmin side of things, or equivalent, doesn't have to just be Garmin, or life first like Apple. I'd love to see the split on those two. Let me know below. Now, I'm going to be honest here. The Fenix 8 is a chunky, rugged looking watch. But the version I went for, and this is part of the reason I went for this one, the look of it means it can transfer across, means it can transfer across very nicely from being out on the hill, in the gym, through to going out for a dinner with Zoe, right the way through to some posh event that we might end up going to. It will transfer across, you just change the band over. And I like the shape of this. I've said that before and I'll continue to say it. A watch, it should be round. The Ultra 2, also chunky and rugged looking, could handle itself out on the hill, in the gym, going out for a dinner date with Zoe, right the way through to a posh event that we were maybe going to, and you could swap the bands over to suit what we were doing. However, the shape, not quite right. Now I know I'm going to be looking at that every single time I raise my wrist, but I didn't dislike it, not at all. In fact, I really did like it. But Apple absolutely at the moment is destroying the competition with the versatility and environments that you can put the watches into just by changing the bands. We've got sports bands, titanium bands, leather bands, trail loops. You can actually change the vibe of your watch depending on the day, and I miss that flexibility a little bit. When I was wearing the Ultra 2, I loved the fact that all of the information from the watch was also available on my phone, and therefore I could also see it if I wanted to on a bigger screen through my iPad and my Macs, etc. That was a big thing for me, and I'm missing that right now. Now, while Garmin's data is deep, you are limited to their native app, and there's nothing wrong with their app. There is a lot of information in there. I just feel like it's another thing to add on. I miss the simplicity of the express travel card system that you get through the Apple Wallet that you could have on your watch. So when we're in the city, I have to turn nothing on. I can leave my phone in my pocket and I could just tap my wrist to the subway entrance and go straight through. It just made things really, really easy. Now there is Garmin Pay on here, but I have to open it up, I have to put in a PIN number, and then I have to tap and go. And I don't bother doing that because it's too much hassle. So now I just take my phone out of my pocket. But like I said, I miss that convenience of tapping my wrist through. First world problems, I know it sounds like a minor detail, but these things are important. And with the Ultra 3 coming, Apple is going to be pushing this lifestyle convenience stuff even further. That's the kind of upgrade that's going to fit into my life, not just tracking my workouts. So then that's where I'm at after a full year of running the Ultra 2 and the best part of 10 and a half months running that Fenix 8 and giving them both a properly good field test. I can already feel myself being pulled back into Apple's world. But here's the thing, it's not just about features and specs. It's about how everything fits together in my life. Now in the next video I'm going to dive a little bit deeper as to why I feel the Ultra 3 is going to better fit everything that I need and want it to do. And how it can solve some of the problems that I ran into with my Fenix 8 that I have documented as well, so you can watch those if you want to. So if you don't want to miss that, make sure you hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up as well. It helps me and costs you nothing to do. And if this video was useful or you just enjoyed hanging out for the chat, let me know in the comments below. I'll be in there for a little bit, so if you've got any questions, fire away and I'll do my best to answer them. Are you excited for what Apple's got up its sleeve, or are you sticking with Garmin? All right, as ever, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.